Your dog's having a seizure, what do you do? Seizures can affect up to 1 in 20 dogs at some point in their life. So if your first thought was to panic, you need to watch this video so that you know what to do if ever this happens to your dog. There's a whole host of reasons as to why your dog could be having a seizure, ranging from epilepsy, heat stroke, low blood sugar levels, head trauma, some poisons, liver or kidney disease, brain tumours, stroke. There's so many different reasons that dogs can have a seizure. It's important that if this is the first time it's ever happened to your dog, or it's happened more than once in a day, it is important that you call your vet and alert them as soon as possible. Now, watching your dog's seizure can be very distressing for you as the owner, but it is really important that you know what to do and you know the symptoms to look out for. So symptoms that your dog is having a seizure can include that they've fallen over and have these involuntary and often violent jerking motions of their entire body, that they have excess salivation, they have this froth or this foam coming out of their mouth and their jaw is chomping shut, that they have this glazed over, almost staring look in their eyes, and quite often they end up urinating or defecating themselves at the same time. Now, dogs can also have what's called a focal seizure, which is where just a more localised part of their body has involuntary movement. So this might be that it's just affecting one limb, or perhaps just their face or their ears. Now, what is really important is that you time how long the seizure goes on for, because the seizure can last anywhere from a few seconds to a few minutes, and this information is really important for the vet later on once you get them down to the surgery as soon as possible. So make sure you time how long the seizure lasts. But also, when dogs come out of a seizure, they can also appear very disorientated. They can almost come across as if they've gone blind, and they can also have this sort of like ravenous hunger as well, like they're just frantically looking for food afterwards as well. So now that you know what the symptoms are of a dog having a seizure, let's talk about what you should do. Now, if your dog's having a seizure, try not to panic, okay? And don't forget to time how long the seizure lasts. This is really important. Now, what's really important that you don't do whilst your dog is having a seizure is do not touch them, okay? And especially do not put your hands near their mouth, otherwise you risk getting bitten. Now, when dogs are having a seizure, they are in a state of overstimulation, so touching them can actually make it worse. And what can help is if you close the curtains, close the blinds, turn the lights off, make the room nice and dark, turn off the TV or any music, get it as quiet as possible, because the less stimulation that your dog has, the better. Now, if your dog is having a seizure and they are near an object that can cause them harm, that they can hit their head on, move the object away if possible. If you can't move the object away, then get yourself a cushion and place the cushion in between your dog's head and the object that can cause them harm. This way, if they do end up knocking their head, it's not going to cause them any injury. This involuntary jerking motion can also make dogs get very, very hot whilst they're having a seizure. So sometimes it can also be helpful just to put a fan on them to help cool them down. But as soon as your dog has stopped having a seizure, make sure, if you haven't already started calling your vet, call your vet to alert them of what's happened and book them in for a consultation as soon as possible. So now you know the signs and symptoms of a dog having a seizure, and you know what to do if your dog has a seizure. Now, I really hope you never need to use this information, but as seizures can affect up to 1 in 20 dogs, I think it's really important to educate dog owners about this. So please, if you wouldn't mind, just share this video so we can educate more dog owners as well.